The Russian desman has a tail like a platypus and is almost blind like a mole, and its fur stays dry underwater. Canada welcomed refugees from Russia called Doukhobors who were facing discrimination because of their beliefs from 1899 to 1914. Between 1923 and 1930, 20,000 Soviet Mennonites came to Canada because they were suffering from discrimination in Russia. Between 1891 and 1914, 170,000 Ukrainians immigrated to Canada looking for land. Romania was the first country to have electric streetlights. Acropolis means high city. It is built on a limestone hill above Athens. It is a famous ancient architectural site. The Parthenon is a marble temple that had started to be built in 490 BC. To build roads, the Romans would dig a trench and fill it with rocks, gravel, sand, and slabs of rock on top. They also made the roads curve for water runoff. The roads had milestones and rest stops. The Swiss Army knife was invented in 1891 by Karl Elsner because he didn't like that the Swiss Army was using German knives. Fondue is melted cheese with bread and is a classic meal during the winter. An Austrian biologist was the first to discover blood types, resulting in safer blood transfusions. German inventors are responsible for cuckoo clocks, gummy bears, aspirin medicine, and X-rays. From 1933 to 1945, 5,000 German Jews immigrated to Canada. But Canada did not make it easy for them. They increased the fee from $5,000 to $20,000 per person. But after World War II, Canada accepted 1,100 Jewish war orphans. Apollo butterflies have creamy wings with spots. They are interesting because the caterpillars make their cocoons underground. Prague Castle is the largest castle complex in the world. It is 70,000 square meters and is over 1,000 years old. Pomeranian dogs are named after a region in Poland called Pomerania. They used to be bigger and were used to herd sheep. They are related to huskies and Akitas. Jacob Davis, a Latvian Jewish tailor, was the first person to create jeans. Latvians like dark, dense rye bread. Sweden has a 4th century Bible that is written in silver and gold ink on parchment paper. Many inventions are from Sweden, such as the seatbelt, ultrasound, computer mouse, isotel, and safety matches. The store IKEA is also from Sweden, and so is the band ABBA. Cross-country skiing was a way of transportation in the cold winter months of Norway. The oldest preserved ski found in Norway is 2,300 years old, and there is evidence that there were Norwegians that skied as far back as 4,000 years ago. When the Vikings had conflicts, the issues would be resolved in a communal gathering called a thing. This was an early form of democratic government where every free man had a say. Hans Christian Andersen is a famous author who wrote many fairy tales, such as The Princess and the Pea, The Little Mermaid, The Emperor's New Clothes, and The Ugly Duckling. The Netherlands are known for their tulips, even though they originally come from Turkey. In the last winter of the Second World War, they discovered that tulip bulbs are edible. Wintersaur Castle is the oldest, largest castle that is still lived in. It takes up 13 acres and is over 1,000 years old. Between 1770 and 1815, the clearances moved Scottish people off their land because landlords wanted to use the land for sheep and wool. 15,000 immigrated to Canada. In the 1800s, thousands of English people moved to Canada because of overcrowding in English cities. By 1906, 110,000 English immigrants had settled in Canada. In the Great Potato Famine, half of the potato crops were destroyed, leaving no food for the Irish. About 1 million people died from hunger. In the 1840s, the Great Potato Famine forced 2 million people to leave Ireland. 5,000 Irish immigrants came to Canada by the 1850s. When flamingos first hatch, they are a reddish gray. They turn pink because of the aquatic food they eat, such as larvae, crustaceans, algae, and shrimp. In France, there is a 50-kilometer aqueduct built by Romans in the 1st century. It carries water from a spring to the city of Nimes. It goes on a gradual slope of 1 inch per 450 meters for water to travel down. Spain invented the first novel in 1490 and the mop in 1956. Spain also made the first fully functioning submarine.